How are you, Arram?
I'm good. One part of me is dying, the other part's okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, in this instance where we've all been programmed to say, how are you? If you're talking to the physical self, it can be a whole lot of things. If I said, I'm very ill, how would you react to it? Yes?
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
So why ask? Do you understand? This is what I think Barbara told me yesterday, and she couldn't talk to me, and she said, I'm just texting you to find out how your lungs. I said, don't. Does it change anything?
Yeah.
And he says, oh, it's probably programming, being polite. I said, stop being polite, be your true self. Because whether I'm alive or dead, it doesn't change anything, does it? So why ask how am I? But when you ask how am I, my higher self will say I'm fantastic. Because I am living in that space, the higher self, the energy self. I'm not in the physical self. He goes, oh, I've got this wrong, that wrong, this wrong, and then be complaining. Because that's part and parcel of the dream. I'll wait for a few more, then we start. Go on. Or some statements, or something fantastic. Politics and this virus. Anything to add to it?
Well, mine is a conspiracy theory with regards to the virus. I think it was injected. My theory anyway.
Whatever you're thinking about is a possibility in one of the reality.
Yeah.
Which is your truth.
Okay. And I feel that personally, well, anyway, that's my reality, that it's been created to put fear into people's minds, because that's what they want. So right. we don't buy into that. Well, I don't buy into it. It is.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I just think it's like a money-making scheme, isn't it? They're going to distribute the virus, the antidote, and then people are going to be buying it. But yeah, I don't care either. What can you do?
Nothing. But understand, there's a huge machinery out there that is taking care of things in that world. What you give out is what you get back. Law number 4. And what is the world giving out? We're getting it back. Why China? China is the biggest polluter at the moment. Doesn't care about anybody. Wants to be number 1. A couple of billion of Chinese get wiped out. It's also okay because the universe doesn't care.
Is it like a cleanse?
It's the planet's way of cleansing us, yes. The planet also has its own plan. If you're putting out a lot of negative things, what's going to come back? A lot of negative things. And if you trace the disasters, which is recorded, I think, up to about maybe 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago, and you can see the sequences in history of what is happening in certain countries at that time, and certain things were happening. We are creating all these things through our consciousness. And the weather and whatever disease or whatever disaster is being reflected back to us. What you give out, you get back. So I'm now teaching you how to see the bigger picture. It's not just some small thing, some conspiracy. Yes, the conspiracy on one level again is to con us out from, I think, $600 billion or something where they're creating it. It's also to do with the animal world as well. So all consciousness is coming together. It all come back, payback. However, if you don't buy into it and you just watch it and say, okay, it's happening. So it's like a looking glass. You're looking through a glass and you see what's happening. However, you don't have to join it. Just see it's happening. Don't lower your vibration to be in that frequency. This is so important now in talking about frequencies, what's happening, where I keep telling you that nothing is real. You get shifted into a frequency of what you are thinking. Now, in your mind, there is nothing there except whatever you're thinking, which is then being reflected outside. Everything is your reflection. And each and every one of us has a different version of whatever's going on. And if we are communicating with one another, there is a contract between the 2 of us or 3 of us or as a group to be in that space. Everything is organized. And then we create whatever we want to create. Questions so far?
Yeah, no, I want to say something.
Go on.
Oh, good. On another level, these souls that are contracting coronavirus, even if they're not aware of the bigger picture, then...
The bigger picture, they are aware.
Yeah, okay. on the more down-to-earth front, then they obviously came into their lives to, fulfill this part of it, right? So
yes,
there's choice with everything.
Yeah. And so go on.
Well, I suppose sometimes how I frame things in my mind so as to not, I don't know, get overly disturbed about what's appearing to go on in the world is that I think is that yeah, because there's conscious choice with all souls coming into a physical form, whether that's a human form or an animal form or
Yeah, any form. Yeah.
It's the choice, the soul choice to go through and have that experience. So even though on one level I'm appalled at certain things that go on in the world, on another level I see it as, yeah, part of their journey, part of their process to move forward.
You're right in the sense that it is part of the process when you can understand that everybody has their own journey, so you don't get involved with it. You say, okay, I'll respect your journey. This is what unconditional love is. I allow you to be who you are. Now, we get downloads, energetic messages into the higher self, which is the soul, if you want to call it, right? And the soul will send it straight down to the heart, which then bounces it back to the physical self, which is the human self, okay? The human self will then send it through its belief structures, whatever it believes in certain messages that's being sent, and then it will then program and create that reality. Now, if you're a negative person, what will you do? Everything that's being sent down, you will go through your negative beliefs, and then it becomes your reality. Is it clear so far? So when you start to work with the laws and you say, I'm a spiritual being, 97% of me is spirit. 3%, if that's whatever is 3%, is the human part of me which I've created to have the human experience. Now, what has happened is we have forgotten that, come down here and made the physical world the real thing. And this is what we're breaking out of it and say, this is not real, this is not real. And therefore, in my case, what has happened to me in the last month with this wonderful news about my lungs, it allowed me to see much clearer that I am in spirit. And when I am in spirit, I have totally no fear about anything because I keep telling myself, this is not real. This is an illusion. Each and every moment I'm reborn in playing the game. And it's so important for you now in 2020 to understand, because what is going to come over the next few months are going to be horrendous to test you. Yeah, and you're going to look through the looking glass and you're going to see it happen, and you buy into it, you're gone. So I suggest that those of you, when you get into any situation, you say stop and say, what would Arram do? What will Arram do? That will give you.
You'd probably laugh, wouldn't you, at it? I think.
I love everything. Yes, that's one aspect. And the thing is, don't take it seriously. Now, I'm so close to not caring about death. Death to me is like going into the next room. And every night I say, if I wake up tomorrow, great. I say good night. I say goodbye to Asako every night. I say, but if you see me tomorrow, great. Because the other side is so much more exciting. Now, if you really believe that the other side is so much more exciting, you couldn't care monkeys what's happening here. Think about it. So whatever you want in the other side, you create instantly. Magic. However, we need that physical journey to have the experience. The experience is real, but the reality is an illusion. Get that in your head. You have to have the experience, which, to be in the physical world. What the stories of what is happening is all an illusion, it's not true. Questions on.
What's your next journey going to be then? If you're going into the next room, what are you going to be in your next life?
It's all going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know. I have no expectation. I'm just going to follow my joy. No insistence. Yeah, expectation is going to be somewhat positive, yeah, but I don't have the outcome in terms of pinpointing how it should be. Go on.
Sorry, but you wouldn't know, would you, when you're in the next room, so to speak? Would
No,
you know?
no, you'll be just enjoying yourself. You don't care. If you enjoy at the moment, there is no fear.
But that's in the physical way, isn't it? In the physical.
Even in the other world, this is the secret. It is the mechanics of it, how it works. It is unconditional love.
But you would have to feel that now to be able to carry that forward with you in the next room, so to speak. Yes?
You're feeling it now, and that's all there is now.
I think, Neelam, you were asking if you know that you are dead, like a physical part, right?
Yes. When he's dead, basically, he's so excited. There'll be no insistence, there'll be no expectations. But how would you know that when you're in that form?
Because I'm waking up. This is the dream.
Okay, so you become so-called enlightened now.
You are all being enlightened now in what you're going through now.
So if you're awakened now and enlightened, then when you are passing through the next stage, you will be enlightened. You'll be taking that with you.
Yes.
In your thought form.
No, you are enlightened already when you're in that space now.
Okay.
If you are in that space, you will just enjoy what is happening at this moment, because there is only now. There is no when I go into the other room. There is an aspect of me at the moment in the other room. Yes, a parallel one, my future self.
Which is already there.
There is a part of me that's already there.
Okay.
All I have to do is what? Jump the timeline. Hey,
but you don't know when you're going to jump the timeline, do you?
It doesn't really matter because we are in the timeless zone. Why do I need to know? Why do you need to know? You see, when you need to know, that means you're not happy in the present again. I need to know.
And you want to control then.
You want to be in control again.
I just need to know so I can prepare myself when you're not there. When you're not there.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
When I'm not there, then you say, what will Arram do? I'll be there talking to you.
I don't think anybody knows exactly.
Oh.
If you can be in the space of spirit, you will know everything you need to know, and not allow the negative ego to come in and tell you that everything that's happening in this world is real.
You can experience that very strongly when you wake up and you're still in your dream, and you kind of wake up here and you're kind of like, wow, I experience that so many times now. I wake up and I still kind of in a dream, and this is this is unreal. I cannot. And
you will experience that more and more and more and more, because we are more in the spirit world now. You know that you are dreaming the physical world. You're becoming more natural. So you don't have to worry, because, the more you are in that, then it gives you multi-dimension, multi-visions of what's happening. And this is why when anything is happening, I see so many pictures now. I have 1 aspect, 2 aspect, 3 aspect, and I say, okay, these are there. All I have to do is not allow the conditionings to give me meaning. Because you're getting messages all the time, you're getting downloads all the time. The only thing, when it goes through you, it gets closer to your physical brain. And then that's where all the trouble starts. It doesn't happen with me, very little now. It goes through, and therefore there is no more believing, it's all knowing now. I bypass that belief structure. Anything is okay, because I have a choice. Just for today, just for this moment, I'm alive. Nothing else is important, then, is it? And when you break it down in terms of the challenges that you are faced each day, what is it you're surrounded by? Fear, and what will happen tomorrow? True or not true?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And most talk about how they don't like what's happening now.
Yeah.
We got to find a group of, let's share all our pains. We can have coffee over it. Laugh at yourself, please, because you will make 2020 and the years to come fun. Those of you that will struggle will make it terrible, because your refusal to let go, of needing to be in control, and whatever belief structure you have, you're giving 100% to it. If you're fearful of something, what are you doing? You're believing in 100% in something that is out of alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you give 100% to something that you believe?
Yeah, and choosing negative stories. That's another. I love this that you say the choosing.
Choosing. You know,
Yeah.
have it on your head. Choosing. Questions.
I just wondered about what you think around, you know, people who are suffering or perceived suffering around like mental health. You know, is that just an illusion that they're creating and they're confining themselves in their own mind, or
they're buying the negative things of what the mental health, what society is selling them? I've never seen so many stories of the national health. If you can Google mental health, I mean, there's pages of it. And we buy into it. It's one of the biggest challenges in society now. Every damn thing is a mental problem.
Yeah, and they give you a slightly different name, and it's already a problem. Yeah.
So if somebody is buying into it, and if they don't get out of it, it's also okay. Their journey, the soul has chosen, it is not time to wake up yet, and it's also okay. Now, going down, stepping down on different levels, the reason why people have mental health is what?
They're not living in the present moment.
Yes,
So
one, they're not in the present, and they're using it for excuses for not being successful in their life, or being failure or unworthy, and all the nonsense that goes with it.
Oh yeah, and a lot of the time they can get attention.
Of course, attention seeking. It's an excuse, it's a cop out. And when royalty starts to put the stamp on it, we have to believe it.
Sorry, Arram, what do you mean by when royalty have to put a stamp?
When the prince or the duke or whoever say, you know, they become patron of this and patron of that.
Okay.
One of the princes is suffering from depression and all that is going on. Everybody buys into it. They're not in the present. They're not accepting of what is. They're trying to fix it. I'm not going to fix my lungs. It's part and parcel of the physical being to deteriorate. True?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a brainwave, right? 25 years ago, I did a course in iridology, and I saw something at that time when I was studying, and it was talking about the inverted therapy table. And I don't know where it came into my mind. I thought, let me look into it. My lungs, I thought, because I'm old people, they're getting old and all that. An inversion thing will stretch them. Yeah, it makes sense. And then the lungs shrinking, which I understand. So if I go get inverted, I take off gravity of my lungs, it's going to get better. Yeah, this is my higher self telling me. So I looked into Google it. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'll get the machine. The machine came last week. I'm using it now 7 days. I feel much better. All the aches and pains are gone. I'm breathing better. I'm walking the dog now once and sometimes twice, whereas before I could not walk the dog.
Doesn't it come down to your belief structure again as well, though, Arram? If you believe
everything is a belief structure.
For you,
everything is a belief structure, and I believe it.
Yes. So if you believe that it works, well,
Yeah.
guess what?
And if you don't think it works, it's not going to work for you.
Exactly. So,
But it makes sense for me in terms of, yes, gravity is holding you down. It's going to help you. And it's a belief structure as well. Yes, everything is a belief structure. And no pains. Before I used to get little aches and pains. I thought, oh, oxygen is not going down to my legs and all that. I have no pain now, pain-free. And it's being positive. Everything that happens to you, if you hold a positive stance, even something is happening to you that is not to your liking, you can still hold a positive stance and say, what is it there for me to learn from this situation? And this is what I keep doing now. Even, the doctor said you got 3 to 5 years and all that. I said, okay, what am I going to learn from it? It got me nearer to understanding what this journey is about. Moment to moment now. It's not real. Nothing is real. That's for today. I have enough. Look forward to relationships, because every relationship is there to teach you something. Whoever it is there to help you heal. So to help you heal, they got to piss you off. Until you understand it's all a joke and don't take it seriously.
Can it be that you get to the moment that you're not triggered at all?
Because every time you get triggered, what's happening? What story are you telling yourself?
Yeah.
True.
So nothing triggers you, Arram, now. Nothing.
Very, very little, very little.
Very little.
I turn it around so quickly.
Yeah.
Because you've learned it all
isn't
now.
it?
I said you've learned it all now, so you don't get triggered.
Then it's fun, isn't it? So I create comedies in my head. Shakespeare's estate, it's all comedies out there, and it is because. And if you have cartoons going on in your head, what is being reflected back to you?
Fun.
Fun, because that's what you're creating. What is it you all are creating out there? Seriousness.
No, comedies.
Questions?
So you were saying about this vibration. Can you, you know, when we were on one of the WhatsApp messages, somebody put something about this virus.
Yeah.
And you said you'll talk about it at the meeting. Can you say something about that? Did you say something about I know it's about vibration, but was there anything else that you wanted to say about it?
Well, basically, at one level, China has created so much havoc. So, they're creating it, so it's all coming back to them, right?
Okay.
And it's going to spread, and there's going to be a huge change, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the last big thing that happened was in 1917, 1918.
Where was that then? Was that a worldwide thing as well in 19?
That was in Europe.
Oh, Europe. Okay.
Europe was in such a turmoil at that time with the World War I.
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah.
And it wiped out 50 million people. And it's also surprising, yes, the Oscar thing, which I don't know what was going on, was won by the Korean people who produced the movie Parasites.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Coincidence? We'll see what happens. As I was explaining to Lou yesterday in the exponential of numbers, 2 weeks ago, it's only like 40 people dead, 2,000 people. 2 weeks later, we got 40,000 and over 1,000 dead. So,
do you think China grasps that on a conscious level?
no.
Or they just no?
China
not
are
yet.
lying.
China has,
They're not telling us the true numbers.
No.
Absolutely, you're completely right. And I said to Arram yesterday, 2 separate emails from 2 completely separate Chinese associates, and both of them put exact same sentence in the email, which was the government taken effective measures to control and isolate the virus. And they both said this exact same sentence. I'm like, damn, the government's told them that that's...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then the government is telling people to go back to work and all that. I mean, it's not happening. And what is good is the technology in China. In 8 days, they could have, I think they built 2 hospitals. 8 days.
Wow.
They knew it. They were prepared.
Yeah.
Prepare, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's all an illusion if you don't buy into it. For those people that are living in a mass consciousness of fear, that will be their reality, and they'll be shifted to that world. That's all I'm saying. You get shifted to the world of your vibration. Katie brought up about somebody being ill, somebody's going to have an operation and all that. So for me, it's very exciting for the soul. It's how you perceive it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big test for you and how you see it.
Yeah. Well, just got to do it, haven't you? Just have to have it and move on.
Move on, that's it. And every relationship that you have is there to teach you a lesson. Now, the good part about it is each and every moment you're a different person. Yes? Each and every moment you're a different person. So, for example, you don't have to keep changing partners.
Good.
Can't be bothered.
Because once you start to change, and when your partner is changing, your partner is a different person.
The partner is a different person.
And you are a different person.
Yeah, true.
All the time. And so whatever you're learning at that time and improving, if you don't improve, yes, you might get rid of the partner because you've served the purpose of your meeting. On the other hand, it also could work out that both of you want to change, so both of you are different people all the time. And so you're having different partners. Because you're never the same person.
Well, it's the same person, but kind of seeing differently each other.
Yeah. Different personality.
Yeah.
But it's all about oneself. It's not about the other. No, but you can't change somebody else, can you?
You can't change somebody else. Correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't change
Okay.
somebody else.
You can never change anybody else.
No, because that's their journey.
Yeah.
And if we can accept that fact, you can't change anybody else. But whether the other person sees it that way or not, that's their journey then.
That's it. That's it. If the other person doesn't see it, the other person not awake at that time, it's also okay.
And that also is an acceptance, to try and accept that
Yeah.
that the other person is whatever they want to do. It's their journey.
Yeah. The most important thing is to be yourself. What do I mean by that?
Not try to be somebody else.
Yeah. Not trying to please somebody, not trying to conform in how somebody else thinks you should be, to be who yourself. And if that person doesn't like you because of who you are, then it's time to split. But you don't change yourself to be making the other person happy. This is what's happening in life, where people are changing themselves so that they can become pleasers for their partners. So yes, be yourself. Be number one. I am indestructible. I'm here for the ride, having fun. I'm in my joy moment to moment, and I have no insistence on what's going to happen. And your joy and excitement can be big or little things. It doesn't really matter. But we always think it has to be some big deal. Just waking up in the morning, whether you should jump out of bed or whether you go back and dream another 10 minutes. It's a choice again, isn't it? Questions?
Yeah, you said that it's like, okay, we change every moment to moment. We are different people of different person. But how it comes, like, every day seems the same. Like, same situation happens, same conversation, same stuff. But to me, it's like every day, more or less, I hold the same conversation, the same issues with my daughters, whatever, or partner, whatever. Like, the same every day.
No, you think you're the same.
You're creating that. Why wouldn't you try something different?
The same boring situation now.
No, man, then you got to get the same boring thing. Use your imagination. Come on.
No, but that's true. Like I said, sometimes like life repeats itself, and it's true. Sometimes things from the past come back again, and it's reviving the same thing.
What is the teaching?
So,
What is the teaching? Circumstances doesn't matter. It's the state of being. In terms of what she says, everything is the same every day. She's just in the same space every day, in not allowing to look for something different or creating a positive outcome of a negative situation.
Maybe being in the fear a bit.
Yeah, of course. Whatever the negative ego is telling you, you're buying it. Instead of saying, whatever happens, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to look at it to learn what is it I can learn from it.
Funny enough, when you get it loose, you always actually enjoy it so much more, and the things fall in place so much. I don't know. I always experience it better when I just kind of don't care in a way.
The most important thing which we all forget is what? Just for today, just for this moment, I have enough. And when you go around and analyze whatever you're talking about, when you're in the tomorrow or whatever it is, when fear sets in, you're not in the present. You don't believe that you are in abundance. Questions?
No, I'm just saying now, because we are in this group and we are raising vibration. So this is our kind of pre-contracted soul journey, isn't it? We kind of decided that we're gonna do that.
Your higher self, yes.
Your higher self, yeah.
Yes. But when you forget and become dreaming the lower self, and when you remember your higher self, you're okay, because when you're in your joy and excitement all the time, there is no fear of anything. It's only when your vibration drops and you buy into whatever is happening in the world.
So why do you think it's so easy to forget and to fall back into the lower self?
Because you've been trained to be living in the lower self, conditioning of the negative ego. And what we're teaching is to break away from the negative ego and to keep reminding yourself whatever is happening with tools that I've been sharing for you over the months and years is to put it all into practice now.
It's also when we come here, we all kind of have one program of this 3D, you know, and we buy into that. So, and then when you awaken, you start to shed all, you know, all those beliefs, and you start to question things, and then you start to know yourself, your true self.
So much subliminal programming everywhere everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Television, newspapers,
Yeah.
the schooling system, the political system, what we're hearing about coronavirus, like everything is there to take us off balance.
And one of the things which we wanted to do was to experience the human experience. So we had to forget that we are spiritual beings. Unfortunately, you know, it got so strong that we are beginning to wake up and say, number one, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, right? I'm not my body. My body is in my spirit. My body is in my spirit. My body is actually a part of the greater, which I have created. The spirit part has created to be human, to have the experiences, and to know that it is a dream. So when we have the experiences, it is very real. However, the reality is an illusion. The feelings are real.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that sometimes when one goes through an experience, whatever that experience may be, one can get pulled to the lower vibration, and that's when we forget.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you forget, and then of course that's the old stuff keeps coming up, and then it's like ding, 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 and then you know, if we don't get pulled back to the higher vibration, then that's the time when you're just like at one's complete low.
Yes, and this is why the group is so important. This is why the tools that you've got are so important. This is why you have to keep doing it over and over and over, so that when anything happens, you automatically say, this is not real. Coming back to SP, when you keep saying on a daily basis that this is real.
I like that film, The Day of the Marmot, or something like that. His life repeats itself every day.
Don't change. I want
not every day.
I want you to wake up tomorrow, or even the next 10-15 minutes when your daughter starts to piss you off, and tell yourself, this is not real.
All the time, trust me.
Good.
This is not real, this is not real, this is not real. But I feel myself, I see myself basically saying the same things every day.
You're going back to it again. You're going to, you say every time. No, every time is a different you. But you're connecting to a frequency of the old you again. Remember, I say each and every moment you're a new person, yeah? And so when you're on the moment, you are brand new. However, the old you, which is holding to that old belief, becomes the new you. So every time, so the new one is every time, and the new one is every time. And you say, stop, SP is all bullshit. Because I can choose. Say, I can choose.
I can choose.
That's it. And I choose to be in a positive state.
I wish.
And even the shit around me, I will still be in a positive state. And I'll say, what is this? What is so good about the shit around me? What can I learn from it? Do that.
I also always say, what you taught us today, how does it benefit? And I always go, oh no, okay, come on, it doesn't benefit me, and then I can go back to, because that's a very good question. Yeah. How does it benefit me to spiral down with negative stories?
Can I say something?
You can say lots of things. Go on.
Okay. So what about if you do something and you know on one level it's not good for you? I'm talking like an addiction. But you still do it because you just like that feeling of doing it, you know?
So what's wrong with that?
Well, just when the other lady said about sort of spiraling down, I don't feel bad about doing it. I kind of feel it enhances my happiness, you know?
So what's wrong with that?
He says it's bad.
Who says it's bad?
You just had that belief that others would think that it's bad. If it's not bad for you, then you know. That's why the people say some
probably-
people smoke years and then nothing happens because they just don't believe it's bad.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it probably is bad for me on a physical level, definitely.
No. If
That's
it's
your.
if it's bad for you on the physical level, go up to the higher self and ask some questions. Okay, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, is it benefiting me? What is it? What benefits do I do? You know, when you say it feels good, is it an escapism?
It's partly escapism, but even when
good.
Arram, even when I'm not in a bad state, today, for example, okay, I've got a confession to make. I'm a little bit high right now. There we
Good.
go.
So,
Yes. But I've had a great day. I've had a great day. It's not like I'm escaping from anything. I just kind of felt like, oh yeah, I've had a great day, and oh, do you know what?
Top it up, top it up. The great day.
just say it.
Say what?
Don't feel bad about it.
To top it up, I said the great day.
Exactly, it was, and I know it's a Wednesday, and I sort of go, oh no, it's a Wednesday, but you know, I tell you, I'm a lot more energized. I'm a lot more patient with my son. He's doing his Spanish homework, and normally it just drives me insane, but I'm like, get the Google Translate out, and I'm like, it does enhance
So how can that
my
be bad?
experience.
But that's
Pardon?
good. That's good.
It's good. So why do you add that? You know, it's bad and feeling whatever it is. It's good.
Because when you start to label it as good or bad, you're still living in that illusion of duality. But when you know that you have a choice in every moment to follow your joy, follow your excitement, what's wrong with that?
Well, I suppose if you follow it too often, then that's when it could potentially.
And I see you're not in the present.
The thing is that if you're in your joy all the time, it doesn't really matter, because there are people who, as I think Anna mentioned, who smoke and drink and whatever they do, but because they've always been in their joy, they feel they're at a high. When they feel high, nothing affects them, and they carry on for however many years. So the balance is only what's in our mind. I mean, I've always had this issue of overeating. But before, I used to feel very guilty. Now I don't. If I eat, I eat.
You don't look fat.
Oh. Thank you. Well, whatever.
Well, you said about overeating, so in my mind.
Yeah, I used to. No, I mean, I've always had that, but I know partly it was masking issues, emotional issues, but I don't now. And if I feel like eating something, I will. If I feel like a coffee, I will.
Okay.
But
All right.
if you be in your joy, then it's fun.
Now we're getting to a point where we say, is it good for me? You know, whatever you're taking, alcohol, dope, or whatever it is. And then you sit down and you look at it and say, well, I want to be high. Then you say, all right, why do I want to be high?
Okay, so yeah, you question it before you do it.
Yeah, why do I want to be high? Do I need this joint to be high, or can I be high without the joint? Now, the secret to it all is to remember a time when you are high, you're connected to the frequency of the joint, and you don't need the joint then, because you're automatically going high. This is how I really trip out on the DMT. I go back to the time where I tripped out and create that same feeling. I don't have to keep taking it.
So basically, like in NLP, create an anchor for that feeling.
Yeah, in NLP language, yes.
Just do the anchor to trigger the
feeling. To create the feeling.
Okay.
And then with that feeling, you can take it forward to anything else with that feeling. So you are now getting to a level where consciousness, you're being more aware and you're questioning yourself now.
Definitely.
Now take it further and ask more questions.
Choosing to do it, even when I still continuously choose it.
And once you decide, I choose it, then say, why am I choosing it if it's not good for my body?
Well, it's the energy boost you get from it, you know.
No, it is the buzz you get from it.
The buzz, the energy boost, whatever you call it.
Right.
It feels good, you know.
Then you can come to a point of, you're very near the point of addiction.
Then
it's also okay.
But when does it become an addiction?
When you need it all the time to escape the present.
But what if you're not escaping the present? You're just
I don't know. These are the questions you have to ask yourself when you have it in front of you. Well, I need it. And you ask yourself seriously, why do I need it for? Can I not have the joy without it? Or maybe I try a little bit, it's also okay. If I smoke, and OD, it's also okay. Because there's only you and you, isn't it? But when other people start to suffer because of your behavior pattern, then there is something which you have to look at. Like, for example, you in terms of not looking after him or whatever it is, which is not happening. But when I'm just saying, when things start to go downhill, then you have to ask yourself,
Well, I'm not at that point, and I don't want to get to that point, because I also believe that if one kind of parties hard, then one still needs to step up and do what needs to be done. So if I have a late night, I'm still up in the morning, I'm walking my dog, and my breakfast is
okay.
It's all good, but I might be a bit tired, but I'm like, okay, I'll just go through the day and then I'll sleep tonight. That's how it is.
So what's the problem?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose it's just there isn't. I just I don't know. Maybe
Just high.
I'm just high. What can I say? I'm just like, yeah. Anyway, very nice to meet you all and have a little chat about everything.
Something for you to think about when you start to look at it seriously, and how much you like yourself and how much you love yourself, whether to do that kind of damage. This is for you to go and sit down seriously and say, do I really love myself?
And also ask yourself, like, what payoffs are you getting from it? What beliefs are you feeding within yourself from it? What feelings are arising? What beliefs am I holding on to be in this space right now? What payoff am I getting from it?
For you to think about it, yeah?
Yeah,
it's about escaping. It's about escaping the present in all cases. That's all. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. You are now being more aware. All I'm saying is, Lulu, please make sure that you you make an attempt and choose to love yourself more.
Well, I do always balance it out. Like now, I'm having a peppermint tea, and tomorrow morning I'll have a celery juice and go for a run with the dog.
Yeah, so, it's okay. As long as you're not harming your physical body.
Thank you. I will think more about the emotional sides to it. Definitely.
Yeah, there is an emotional charge to say, to escape the present. This is an all addiction, whether we do shopping or sex or drinking, it all boils down to the present is awful.
It's kind of coping, isn't it? Coping mechanism with some,
Yeah, but there is always a denial part in that as well, Talking about another thing about that, we were talking the other day about animal cruelty or putting our part for the world, blah, blah, blah. So it's stressing and it gives me like this anxiety, because now trying to cut down on meat, the consumption of meat, I don't eat it personally that much, but I buy it for my daughters because they like it, and I don't want to impose to them. And they said, leave us until we chose it. So when I go and I buy with regret and with, putting that energy in that, like, oh, I shouldn't buy it, but they like it. So it's stressing.
And you're eating, you're not eating it or whatever it is, it's okay, you're showing more consciousness. Now, in terms of the cruelty and everything, blah, 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 with the animals, the number one thing, understand that animals are also consciousness.
Well, that's what I was trying to say earlier. They chose this.
And they have volunteered.
Yes, they have.
Because they also understand the game. Everybody goes back to the pot. And for hundreds over the last 100 years, I've been allowing you to slaughter me to come to your senses. Now I'll spray some disease and see what happens. Yeah.
So, like the fires in Australia, where so many animals got wiped out. Would you say that it was their choice?
Yes.
On a higher level.
At a higher level.
At a higher level, yeah.
There is no use for them to be around anymore.
So at a higher level, they wouldn't do it.
You have to start thinking the higher level all the time.
And bigger picture.
And why the fire is happening in Australia, and Australia also is another bullshit country with all its rules, thinking that it's the best place, and imposing all sorts of things, and you say, let's have the fire and see what's going to happen to you. You cannot control that.
No.
Yeah, cheating the natives and all that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, And if you look at the background of Australia as well, very bad energy that went over to start with, all the criminals.
Exactly, all the criminals from England, off you go to Australia.
So when you
But
start
I mean,
to look at things like, start to expand your mind and ask questions, and you will get the answers. If you don't ask the questions, you're not going to.
I don't buy that everything is like a choice or soul contract. I think there is another hands on it, in the viruses and everything.
That's your belief then. It's okay. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, there's so many things man-made that affects the human. And it's not because we want it, it's because these are external things affecting us as well.
And if that's the belief, it's also okay. But I prefer my belief.
Ooh, it's cool. No,
because nothing is real, it's all in your head. This is the part, SP, you got to get your head round.
Everybody is right from their point of view.
You are creating your reality.
Mm.
And it's okay. Whatever you create.
Based on what I think.
Yeah, as long as it gives you joy. But when you have a reality that is upsetting you all the time, then you have to check the stories. That's all I'm saying. Back to this, isn't it? Am I telling you off? Am I shaking my finger? Am I blessing you? I choose to be blessed. Why is it you choose to be told off all the time?
Yeah, because, I mean, we live in this society and everything affects us anyway, in one way or another. And all these things and food manipulation or whatever they say, to affect us anyway, in the human level.
Ah, you see, here we go again.
It's the same thing like we keep coming back to the whole David Icke thing. He keeps going
no,
on
it's
about
not only David Icke. It's very openly everywhere. I mean, like, it's the talk. It's like you say, it's 2020. They're opening for us, you know, like to know the real things as it being manipulation.
SP, what is real?
For me, that's my problem. What is illusion? No.
What is real?
It's what you live. I know, it's what you live. You know, it's like a day-to-day.
That is not real.
The sickness, the illnesses.
That is not real.
Do you remember that scene in The Matrix? Have you seen the Matrix film?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember that scene when the little girl is holding the spoon and then Neo looks at her and she's bending the spoon and the girl looks at him and says, "There is no spoon."
That's it. There is no spoon.
There is no spoon, and everything that happens to us in our reality is a reflection of our level of consciousness and our frequency, energetic frequency, and the wavelength we're carrying in that moment. And in every nanosecond, that wavelength keeps changing an infinite number of times to the wavelength frequency that you are harmonizing to.
Yeah, what you said, Neva, about the David Icke, because this part he explains very well, the reflection of your thoughts.
He explains it that well, but he's still stuck in his reptilian world. You see, it's like, but he has a choice to be in that world.
Yeah.
Every moment.
No, other things I don't kind of resonate to me, but this part he explained very well to understand that your thought is, reflects exactly your reality. So I'm just saying the way how he explained it.
There is a part in the last Harry Potter series where Harry Potter was going out and had an out-of-body experience, which is in a dream, and he met the wizard there in the dream as well, and he asked the wizard, is this real? Are you in my dream? So the wizard said, it is real if you think it's real.
Exactly. Because our belief that we're holding on to is the blueprint to our emotion. The emotion creates the feeling, which then creates the behavior that we're experiencing in our reality.
It's the thought, Neva.
It's the thought, yes.
The thought which creates the feeling, the emotion.
Yeah.
And ultimately the vibration, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the thought. Whatever you're thinking, you must have a belief.
Yeah. Otherwise you cannot experience. But to understand it, you have to play with it. You have to play with it first to understand it.
It's the physical reality is a projection in the reflective mirror. Everything is a mirror reality, and we're so used to looking at the mirror in the physical form
Yeah, we
But
first
there is
look
a
at the
higher
outer
mirror
world.
in the metaphysical world, which is the spiritual world.
The reflection that you see is your thoughts, your consciousness. It's just like, imagine that you are in a hall of mirrors. You have millions of mirrors and you're standing in the middle. Okay? All the reflection that is reflected back to you, are they real?
No.
No.
Because you are the one that's there looking at whatever you want to look at, which is then be reflected back to you, but they're not you. It's an illusion.
Somebody once asked Ramana Maharishi, how do you treat others? And he said, there are no others.
Oh, if the others are there,
All
it's a
is self.
reflection. It's a reflection of what you have created to see.
True, true, true.
Because we create our version of whatever it is. So as you are creating all the time and keep saying, yes, but we're humans. No, cut that human bit out and see what happens.
So that's one reality. That's one reality that most of the population creates. Pain, sadness, this, that. So it's very general.
The feelings,
the vibration.
The feelings are real.
Because they come from your heart.
They come from your belief structures or whatever it is that you have to feel. The feelings I have, the cough and the pain in my lungs are not very real, but the reality of it is I'm not my body. So it gives me an experience, say, oh, this is how somebody who's got bad lung problems and all, this is what they're going through. How exciting, the soul will say. The feelings are real. It's another way of a new experience for me. I accept it. And sometimes I have a nosebleed and I say, oh my God, I'm coughing blood, and Nasaka goes berserk. I say, it's okay if I die coughing blood, it's also okay. Because I understand next door is a better place to go to if I can go there, but my higher self is saying, you're not time yet. Hang around, you share lots of things with people here.
Yeah. You got more work to do yet, Arram. You ain't going nowhere.
Even if you want to go into the other room,
you've got to stay here. And
you know what the funny thing is? When I go there, you all also will be there.
Will we?
Yes, a version of you will be there.
Yeah.
No more wine in the other side. I prefer here.
SP, there'll be a different form of wine on the other side.
I think it's more fun.
Start to play around with these ideas.
I think the stars wanted to come here because here they found more fun. Yeah.
Of course it's fun to be here. So enjoy it if you say it's more fun to be here. Why are you creating something that is not fun? I would ask you for the next few days to say, I have a choice. I can be happy in this shit, or I'm happy. And remember shaking my finger again. What is it going to be? I'm going to choose that he's blessing me as opposed to scolding me. And you shift. You believe me, you shift.
Can I just say that one of the quickest ways to shift is to be grateful, isn't it, for something?
Of course.
Like even with the lady, if her daughters are pissing her off or whatever it is, that's true. Just I don't know, switch it and think about, you know what, I'm really blessed because I live wherever you live. I don't know.
Well, that's your way, and thank you for sharing. This is what the group is there for. The input is going in where everybody can share and say, this is another way. My way is, this is not real, this is not real. Our insistence of how something should be.
Yep.
So now you're asking, what is normal?
I guess that's probably what I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah, what is normal?
I don't know.
Ah, good.
None of us know, that's why.
Yeah. I was speaking to somebody the other day and he said, oh, I wish my relationship was normal. It seems to be so shitty. So I said, what is a normal relationship? They couldn't answer me. I said, if you don't know what a normal relationship, how are you going to get one?
Amazing transformation.
Use your imagination more.
Multiple versions of you exist.
Think the impossible.
Infinite realities.
There is no such thing as no way out. There's always a third way. And if you create and say there is a way out, there will be a way out.
Mm.
Remember that there is no dead end.
God doesn't give you what you can't handle in life. There's always a way out, isn't there?
God will not
Oh.
give you a handle for if you like. You're not giving something you cannot.
God or your higher power, your beliefs.
Universe, whatever.
But at the end of the day, there is always a choice. There's always a choice in terms of how you respond to the current work situation, or a choice in that you can go, well, it's not worth it and I'm leaving and I'm out of here. Or, there's multiple choices. So you get to choose.
And every choice, there is a repercussion. That's all.
Consequence.
What you give out, it will come back. So make sure you give out good stuff so that you get tenfold back.
100%. Give out
100%.
Or whatever. Yeah? What is it we give out? We're always bitching, most of us. I'm got enough. I'm in a shitty situation. Every day is the same. And so, universe SP is giving you 100% of every day is the same.
That experience.
Whatever she said. Enjoy it then.